Hey everyone, in this video, I'm going to be breaking down the top productivity tools for real estate agents. My name is Ryan, and I coach real estate agents on how to scale their business using pipeline power plays and scaling systems. So today we're going to break down, I have helped hundreds of agents customize and implement these tools in their business so that one, they can save more time, they can be more efficient in their real estate activities, but they can also actually scale their business by implementing these systems. So the first thing I'm going to start with is G Suite. It doesn't necessarily have to be G Suite, but you most certainly want to have an all in one calendar and email management system. This way, you can stay super organized and so that you don't have to jump from system to system in order for you to access your calendar or access your Gmail. Both Gmail and Google Calendar have several syndications and implementations that you can implement so that those can talk to each other. They are obviously created so that they can talk to each other. And G Suite is very helpful because it's built a ton of relationships with other real estate tools so that you can actually sync your Gmail and your Google Calendar data with a couple of your other systems like a CRM. The next tool we're going to jump into is a CRM or a customer relationships manager. Now, if you aren't familiar with what a CRM is, it is where you will keep track of all of your leads and your client information, customer information. You can even keep documents in this portal. I'll show you an example here. Why this is important is this is how you are going to stay organized. You are going to be able to set yourself tasks. You're going to be able to follow up with every single lead that you've ever encountered, whether it be your SOI or a paid lead or any other lead that you enter into the database. This is also where we are going to save so much time because we are going to be able to implement automations, delegations within the system so that you can continue to follow up with one click of a button, right? We've got leads in our database that continually get followed up with without us even pressing any buttons. Based off of their activity in our CRM, they will get a certain email. This is how other retailers are flooding your email account with different products and different sales and all of the sorts of things that we need to communicate to our clients. You can actually do the same thing by pushing real estate or pushing objection handling emails to their email depending on what their activity is like in your CRM. Before I show you an example of what a CRM looks like, you need to do your research. There are tons of real estate CRMs out there, and there are a ton of great ones. It just completely depends on what you're looking for. For some people, you need a one-stop shop, right? That's got a website, that's got syndication from MLS so that you can set up a saved search. Then you've got some that are a little bit more fancier in the automation or the systemizing department, right? And so I'm going to show you an example of Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss is the CRM that I use, and this is how a CRM can be really impactful. You can see here, you've got all of your client information. You can click in here. You can see how my Gmail account is linked with my CRM. So any email that I send, I'm able to see it through here, right? You can even incorporate text messaging. You can see where I've got last conversation. So this is where we keep track of all of our client info, right? You can also filter this database based off of things like um, last last call made. So now I can filter the database on the last call that I made to people, right? And so this is extremely beneficial for your success because you are one going to stay super organized, but also you're going to be able to set up things like automations in your CRM. So that way, when leads come into the system, you can automatically set up notes. You can set up emails. I'll show you an example here of an automation that would have worked. So you can see this lead entered into our database with a click of a button. Without us doing anything, this email automatically, or sorry, this lead automatically got an email, right? It also automatically got a text sent, right? And here's another email that was sent the next day. Then we've got a call in here. Then we've got, so you can set up an automation and systemizing in Follow Up Boss or in any other CRM. Most CRMs will have the automations that you need and the systemization that you need within your business. Follow Up Boss is just one simple example of a powerful CRM that leans more heavily on the automation side of things. The next productivity tool is Canva. There is no way around it. There is no substitute for it. There may be some competitors, but very simply put, Canva is the most user-friendly marketing tool for you to be able to create emails, for you to be able to create social media, for you to edit photos. It is truly a one-stop shop for all marketing. I'm not even super big on the social media space, meaning I'm not a naturally creative person. And Canva has allowed me to tap into my creative side by doing a lot of automation for me. They do a lot of AI, they implement a lot of AI. So that's a lot easier for you to be creative than what might come naturally to you. Number 4 is some sort of business tracker. So most CRMs will come with some sort of reporting technique, right? Of like agent activity or number of calls that have been made, right? So most will come with some sort of tracking, but what you really need is you need some form of business tracker in your business. There are two really powerful ones. One is Sisu here, and the other is CTE. CTE is very simple. I like CTE. And so, what an example of a business tracker looks like is every single business tracker usually comes with some sort of lead generation tracking or some sort of business tracking in general in terms of under contract and closed property. And so, what we do in our lead tracking system, don't let this overwhelm you. You will be able to implement this super simply. But you can upload things like your lead generation, number of listing appointments set per day, buyer appointments set, buyer appointments held, buyer representation signed, even down to number of showings, written offers. So you can track. We upload this into this business tracker. We also will upload our expenses in this business tracker per lead source. So, for example, if we spent money on Zillow, we've got that in here. And then lastly, what you can do is you can enter in all of your under contract, your closed, your pending buyers, signed buyers, up and coming listings. You can track it all. And the beauty of what this will do is this business tracker and most business trackers will actually be able to tell you a few things. It will be able to forecast for you. So if I go to my home dashboard, it will tell me my total number of closed, total number of pending sales. It's going to give me a forecast for the next couple of months. I can play around with this forecast. It's also going to be able to show me my top performing lead sources. So if I click here, I can see that maybe Zillow is actually my top performing lead source or sphere of influence, or Ylopo AdWords website. I'm able to see, if I scroll over here, what I've closed from GCI, what that volume is, the pending GCI. And so this is going to tell me, for example, the return that I've got on these lead sources. Now, this isn't always accurate, so you do have to do your own tracking in terms of money. But in terms of a system, this is an awesome business tracking system so that I can see how much activity I'm putting in and what that is resulting to with my lagging indicators of how many homes are under contract, how many homes are closed, etc. So this is absolutely crucial to your business. It doesn't take a lot of time to actually fill out. This takes me anytime something goes under contract, as little as maybe a minute or 2 minutes to fill out. Once a month, I hop in here and upload my expenses. And the next thing you know, I've got an entire home dashboard that shows me my net income, which includes my expenses, so I can see what my profitability is on the business. You can see what's projected to close, how many listings I've taken or signed, how many I've put under contract. I can break it down buyer or seller. You can even come down here and play with different months, right? So I can look at maybe April and how my team did. We've closed 9 units, 7 million in volume, and we put 20 homes under contract, right? Well, that's awesome. And so I can look at that per month. I can even change the metric to number of listing appointments held. We held 6 listing appointments in April, right? So I'm able to track and play around with the different data. I am very, very, very big on data driven decisions. I do not believe that we should be making emotional based decisions in our business. We need to be making data driven decisions. It makes things less stressful, less emotional. It takes us off of this roller coaster of income. It takes us off of this roller coaster of stress. And now we can focus on actually making decisions based off of the data because we have implemented a business tracker. All right. The next thing is if you're in a market or in a state that allows online signatures, that is going to be crucial for your productivity time. Most people have one with their MLS. It comes with it. I highly recommend something like SkySlope that is specifically made for real estate, or something like Dotloop, which is also specifically made for real estate. So you can see here, you can build in different checklists per the different addresses. And so this is where you can see all transaction details. This is just in my online signature platform. You can even create yourself checklists so that you know what exactly you need to upload and when, what the actual documents are. And then you can also send documents off to sign as well. So this is crucial for organization and crucial for productivity. I don't have to tell you that it's going to take much longer for you to send someone a scanned in document for them to print and sign. They're probably going to sign it wrong, scan it back in, and send it back to you. And so this is going to be crucial to your productivity time. Now, the next one is a mass email system. The reason why I have this on here is because I realize that of the hundreds of agents that I've helped, all of them have it, right? And they don't use it as often as maybe they should or as often as they'd like, but they do have it and they do utilize it. And so, very simply put, what this system is this is how they are able to mass email either their database. If their CRM doesn't allow you to batch email or send large emails, you can do that through one of these mass emailing systems. A lot of agents will also use this to mass email their MLS, right? Or their local realtors. So whenever I have a new listing, I want to do an email blast of that new listing to all of the real estate agents in my market. I have a saved list set up in my mass emailing system. I've got a template for what that will look like. I just simply upload the photos, I upload the address, change the price, put in the public remarks, and then I am able to send out in a matter of 2 to 5 minutes to all of the realtors in my local market. So that's going to be an awesome system to use and something that you can go on listing appointments and explain to your potential seller of how you market their listing to local real estate agents. Lastly is a little bit more of a foundational piece in terms of the back half of what a client kind of journey map looks like, which is the transaction management, listing management. Once we have a listing signed or a buyer under contract or a listing under contract, we need to have some sort of project management tool that's going to keep us on track and updated so that we don't miss anything in the transaction or listing process. And so what we use is Trello. I highly recommend. And so what we do is we have different boards set up for the different occasions. So I'm going to actually click in our buyer's contract to close board. And what we've been able to do and what you can do is you can create a template that all of your buyers basically will go through. And in that template, we've got everything that we need for a basic description. And then it's got a built in checklist for the entire closing process of what forms we need to fill out, what dates we need to put on the calendar. This is editable per address. So if I needed to add specific repairs that I needed, I can go in here and I could say, collect receipt for dryer repair, right? And then I can add that as a checklist item. And so most importantly, I have a template built in. I don't have to create this for every single transaction. I simply can just copy this, add in the address, and then I'm able to move it throughout the process, right? So as an example, this address here started over here. I moved it and it's in inspection scheduled and EMD received. So when I go through this checklist, I'm able to see everything that we have done from an administrative standpoint and everything that I need to do. And so two reasons why this is helpful. One, you can set up and time block a call hour or a call block to call all of your clients that are under contract, and you're able to actively update them on where you are or where you last left off, right? Where we are in the process. And two, this is also helpful so that you don't have to think of all of things you have to do now that a home is under contract. How many of you have been in bed, it's 11 p.m., and you then realize, oh my gosh, did I schedule the inspection? Did I send the contract to the attorney? What about the lender? Did I get the pre-approval letter? You no longer have to think through that because you're going to have it in a checklist, right? And so once you've built in a time block on managing this checklist on a week-to-week basis, you will now be able to rest easy knowing that you have all of your tasks lined up. You know exactly what you need to do for each transaction, and you are actively working on it because you are able to check through and check off things as you go. So this has been huge. We've actually transitioned to doing actual project management work in this. So if we have a project in our business that we want to do, let's say we're doing a client event, we will actually create a new card and a new folder for this client event so that I can create and brainstorm a checklist and I can actively keep up with where I am and where my team is on the actual planning and marketing process of that client event. So I highly, highly, highly recommend taking the time to develop, customize, and implement templates into your business and then to upload them into a project management tool so that you can keep up with it in a very efficient fashion. All right, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope that it was helpful. I hope that you were able to take a few things away and that you are able to research, customize and implement this into your business. If you want more tips and tricks on how to scale your business, check out my other videos that I've got. And if you have interest in jumping on a call to see exactly how I can customize and implement these very tools into your business so that you can scale your business, there is a link in the description to my calendar. I would love to hop on a call. I will go over the ins and outs of how I can actually customize all of this and implement it into your business without you even touching a thing. I would love to go over that with you. Like I said, there is a link in the description to jump on the calendar. Hope to see you there.